Okay, welcome everyone. It's Romford Horror Festival, day one. We're here to talk about a fantastic feature film that we've just shown called Whisper in the Woods, and got some of the cast and crew with me. If you'd like to just introduce yourself and your role in the film, please start with yourself.
Yeah, I'm Mark Adlington. I was director.
Hi, I'm Gary Redwin. I was the writer.
Hi, I'm Will Conway. I played Daniel.
Hi, I'm Paul Finney, and I was the composer.
Fantastic. Maybe we'll kick off with you, Mark. So this is the first time you've seen the kind of film. You had a crew kind of screening, but the first since then, like first proper release, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, how is it seeing? I'm going to ask all of you this at some point, but how's it to see your film, your work, finally up there on a big screen in front of an audience?
I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, it's the sort of thing that when we created it, we weren't really anticipating doing a release like this, and we did it purely as a kind of a bucket list, kind of wish list scenario during COVID. But actually to see it here on screen with people that haven't been attached to it at all is fantastic. It's an amazing feeling. I think you go through nerves, anxiety, and then pure pride when it's up there. I think so. Yeah, it's a great experience to see it finally up there.
There you go.
How's seeing yourself up there? Can you watch that back? A lot of people don't like watching their own work back, but
it's crazy to see it, to be honest. As I said, buzzing that we made it. It's been a brilliant experience, and then today I've been so nervous because for me it's like real people are seeing it, not just our friends and family and cast.
Yeah.
But it's just surreal as well, but so excited, and we're very proud of it as well.
How about you, Will?
I find it so difficult to actually concentrate on the film when I'm in it. It's almost like I sort of like see myself and just pick that apart. But it is honestly fantastic to have been a part of it. What started out as like sort of a hope and a wish and a dream, and then seeing it on a big screen is just quite crazy, to be honest.
Paul, hearing your work up there.
Yeah, it's weird. I think I heard it so much and saw it so much during the process of making the film. So to sort of finally see it up there, having sort of not watched it or listened to it for ages, it's quite a surreal experience, but really enjoyable one, nonetheless. And I was really, really proud to be part of it and to see your name up there as well, which is fantastic, really. Yeah.
This is surreal for me because we actually went to school together. You were a year above me, and I've not seen you for 20 years. And then suddenly someone said, "Oh, Paul Finney's coming up," and I was like, "Can't be the same one."
We were in,
and it is.
We were in the same wind band.
We were
so,
brass band, jazz band as well.
Yeah. For me, key ladies. It is surreal to be.
Yeah.
To see after all these years. It's good to see as well.
Yeah, and likewise. So, Gary, as the writer, how did this idea first sort of come to you? How long ago, and how long did it take you to write?
It came. I sort of had the idea in my head for ages, and I just hadn't had a reason to write it down yet. And then when we decided to make a movie, the original movie we were looking to make was far too expensive. We needed millions and millions of pounds. So it was like, right, let's stick to horror. That's nice and cheap, and we know what we're doing there. And I had this idea, and to be honest, from day one of writing, it took about 3 weeks to actually get the first draft down. That changed massively when we got later on into working out when we're actually shooting, because the expense of everything in making movies. We made this movie for £8,000,
Right.
and if we had my original script, it would probably been about £100,000. So there was a lot we had to cut out and draft, and even when we were making it, we was chopping and changing some bits just because of like the shooting and getting stuff right. So but it didn't take long, but then it was continuously changing, even right down to the day of shoot of just what's possible. Yeah.
How did you become on board in the first place, Mark?
Well, Gary and I go back a long way. We were at school together. We were in the same classes.
Were you in a jazz band?
No, we were in a band together with Paul as well, actually. Funny enough, that's how we got him on board.
He gets around.
But I think it was about the age of around the age of 16. Like, Gary and I were quite into, strangely, horror at the time, and then got more and more into film as we grew up. And I think just over drinks in the pub one day. We'll make a film one day, yeah.
Well, all the good, best ideas.
Yeah, exactly. The band was winding up, and we needed a next venture.
Nice. So you shot it locally, is that right?
Yeah.
Whereabouts did you shoot it?
Well, all over Havering, really. A few donations of houses and things like that. So in Upminster Bridge, Hornchurch Cricket, Athletic Cricket Club, lent some scenes, and we didn't go very far afield. I think it was all within
the forest.
The forest, naturally, yeah.
The woods.
It's all within a couple of miles.
And how long was the shoot in total?
9 days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
we did
wow.
9 day shoot.
Okay.
So we did a long weekend in the Maybank holiday, and then when it got to mid-June, I think it was, like the hottest 2 days of the year.
Mhm.
So you're trying to do day for night, or night for day, and you've got everything shut, and it's like 23 degrees outside, and probably about 33 in the house. It was quite a challenge, but
Yeah, nice. Will, when did you come on board, and what kind of challenges did you find during the shoot?
So I came on board essentially after the script was written.
Yeah.
Yeah. So about, I guess, 9 months before we filmed it. In terms of challenges, it was mostly just this was sort of my first job outside of uni, acting job, and it was just quite weird because usually you've got teachers sort of telling you do this more, do that less, whereas this was more of like a just go by feeling type of position. But it was super fun because a lot of the cast were actually friends from uni too. So it was just, I don't know, just a good experience.
Good to hear. So Paul, as the composer, what kind of stage, what stage do you come on board? Do you have a script, or is it post? How does it work for you?
It was, I think after the filming was complete, we got together and sort of went through a rough idea of what the film looked like, how long it was, what sort of scenes were in there. So it was at that stage, and then after then it was just the back and forward between myself and Mark and Gary.
Right.
We get together every few weeks and go through like where we were at.
Yeah.
And it was sort of an organic process from there.
What kind of challenges do you face?
Oh, lots. So time. There was time element about it. There was, I don't have an orchestra at home, unfortunately. A lot of rich people might do, but I had, it's just me and a laptop and Logic, and just trying to go through that, and also getting the timings, and then after, if there's an edit and some scenes are cut, or some parts of a scene are cut, then you have to sort of rejig, your timings and cut out bits and that. But it was fun. It was my first film, and it was good. It was good fun.
Is there any burning audience questions at the minute? If you pop your hand up, one of us might be able to see. There isn't a roving mic, if you like to shout. Are there any? Not this time. Oh yeah, is there one there, sorry? Yeah, shout out for me.
Okay, so there's like 2 questions.
Yep.
So at the start it showed her stabbing it, but then it looked like she couldn't stab it when she was older. So did it tend to be stabbed, or did she actually stab it?
So she stabbed it at the start.
Yeah.
Yep. So they made the contact, but the whole.
Those pretended make contact, so it would create that chain of events, or did she actually make contact?
I thought in my head as when I wrote it, she made contact with the first one, but the second one at the end, it's all the play of the witch getting. It's how you want to view it as well.
Okay. Also, 2, is the witch entity on its essence because somehow it created that chain of events? Like, was it able to see what is happening to trolls, or was it more of a luck of the draw and it just took opportunity?
The witch is everywhere. You probably didn't see the witch is in about 20 scenes in this before you even notice her. She's always around.
In the background somewhere.
Always in the background. So you watch it millions of times, stream it when it's released. But no, honestly, it's the witches in little scenes and things, and we miss half it when we watch it and edit it. We forgot that it was there. But the witch is always watching.
So
She was always there. She's taking the opportunity, I think, but also, yeah, she's a witch. She knows what she wants, and hopefully in the future, when we make a sequel down the line, we want to explain and go back to more of the witch's history as well, because, obviously, being very low budget, micro budget movies, it depends how much we can afford to film and with costumes and that sort of thing. But I'd love to go back and explore the witch's creation, really, as well.
Thank you. Oh, James,
I'd just like to say, the chain of events that the witch is controlling pretty much everything that happens in the film. That's the way to look at it. She's orchestrating the actions. She knew potentially, like Gary said, well, it's up to you into interpretation, but in my head, she was creating the situation with the kids. She created the situation to bring the boy and the father into the forest to do that. So it's orchestrated. She's running the show. Basically, that would be the way that I would feel that it's meant to be interpreted.
Thank you. Any other questions? No. I'm going to ask you all what you're next working on. What's in the pipeline? Funny enough, we were talking about this the other day. Like, I don't have anything specific that I'm working on other than sort of day-to-day work, what I do in corporate video. But the next project could be another feature, horror feature. Details to be revealed soon. Hopefully, we can get some networking done this weekend. Nice. It's the place for it.
Yeah, so we've got the sort of layout for the next idea, what I want to do, and it's sort of short stories in one big story. But let's say it's very, very early days. I'm just sort of like, there's no script complete or anything yet, but obviously Mark and myself go back years. Paul as well, we've known for a long time. Really good friends with Will since the movie as well. So I'd love to do something with a lot of the cast and especially the crew who we had, who were absolutely amazing. We had kids coming from college getting work experience with us, and they were just absolutely amazing. And we all had so much fun. It was an absolute pleasure making this. And it was one of the best couple of weeks of my life during the filming. Smile on our face every day. It was brilliant, and honestly, we can't wait. We can't wait to do the next one, or the one after that, and one after that, and if we can, and it's just brilliant. But, yeah.
It's nice to hear. Nice to hear. Will, what are you working on next?
Well, I suppose where do you go from there, really? At the moment, I'm currently writing a play to hopefully take to Brighton Fringe for next year. Okay. I'm also in the process of auditioning for a play for this year's Brighton Fringe. But yeah, no, I'm totally open to continue more random talking work.
I'm working on an album at the moment with a young female vocalist and another writer. But to me, that film music was always a passion, and to be able to do this was a no-brainer. So I was grateful for the guys to ask me. So whatever they want me to do next, it's a yes. So yeah, whatever happens, happens.
Be careful, Paul.
Good stuff. One very final quick-fire question. We're at a horror festival. What's your favourite horror film? Or one that you think's underseen and you'd recommend to people? Either or. You want to kick us off, Mark?
I do like my kind of thrillers that tend to be more, I don't know. I mean, you can't beat the classics, right? I mean, I definitely love a slasher as well, so I'm always torn. Let's say Halloween. Go on, it's a classic.
I love The Thing, John Carpenter, Kurt Russell.
I am a big fan of the Hellraiser films.
Okay. I think best one I last saw was a couple of years ago. Was Train to Busan. It was absolutely brilliant. But anything sort of comes out of that region is usually pretty good.
Zombie film. Great. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you for submitting your film. Congratulations on it. And good luck with the future projects and for this film as well. Have a round of applause, please, for our filmmakers.